Pope Francis is starting his third day in Cuba, where he's bringing his powerful message to the people and to the country's longtime leaders. The Pope met Fidel Castro on Sunday after a huge outdoor mass in Havana. Dissidents who wanted to meet with Francis say they were forced to stay home. The Pope travels to the city of Holguin this morning to celebrate Mass. He'll then go to Santiago to visit a shrine to the country's patron saint.
With the Pope arriving in the U.S. tomorrow, a CBS News New York Times poll finds that 79% of American Catholics approve of his direction for the church. Only 9% disapprove. Alan Pizzi's in Havana. He's traveling with Pope Francis and joins us now. Alan, good morning to you.
Good morning. With one more day to go in Cuba, the Pope is on a roll. Hopes, if not expectations, were high, and he's hit all the right notes. On arrival, he called for greater freedom for the Church. At his open-air Mass, Francis told an estimated 200,000 people to beware of the dangers of ideology and the lure of selfishness. Service is never ideological, he said, as President Raul Castro and senior members of his communist government looked on, adding, "We do not serve ideas, we serve people." Among the faithful, there was overwhelming gratitude for the Pope's role in the new relationship between Cuba and the U.S. "We were waiting for this moment," Becky Sorosano said. "Reconciliation, lifting of the blockade, and the relationship with the whole world will be peace." Church policy seems to be to avoid controversy and win more religious freedom by capitalizing on goodwill from the Vatican's role in softening relations between Havana and Washington. But several dissidents were reported detained in advance of his visit, and not everyone here approves of the tactic of engaging rather than confronting the authorities. That wasn't evident in the crowd who came to Mass, however. The Pope and former Cuban leader Fidel Castro met for half an hour. Officially, they discussed, quote, protecting the environment and the great problems of the contemporary world. In one of his favorite type of encounters, Francis told a gathering of youths that they had no less hope than young people anywhere in the world. The Pope has 2 more Masses to hold here in Cuba, and then it's off to the United States, where the faithful are anxiously waiting in Washington, Philadelphia, and New York. Gail?
They are waiting. Thank you, Alan Pizzi.